So I'm gonna yap and you're gonna listen. Let's think, what is there to yap about? Let's do story time. So after I graduated, there aren't many jobs that interested me. Like there was this one internship that I was kind of interested in, and it was literally just like social media, like creation, shit like that. And so I applied to it. They never got back to me. I reached out. They rejected me. And so I left that for it. And the one other position that I applied to was a job, not an internship. And I got a response. I interviewed for it and I got the job. And this job was a learning assistant position for KG2 students. And so I had a KG2 class and it was lovely. I loved my class. I loved my students. I liked my job, right? And I worked there for about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. And then winter break started. And then the first day back from winter break, I went to work. While I was in work, I got an email that said, "Oh, come and meet me at this office," from some random lady named Diana. And she was like, "Reply to confirm." And I responded and I was like, "Sounds good, I'll be there." And so whenever the students were dismissed, I left and I went to this bitch's office. And this Diana woman, she tells me,
"Hey, so you know that contract that you signed? So we're actually gonna end it? We're gonna break the contract? So
"Don't come back to work tomorrow. You're fired." And I was like, "Okay." And I got up and I left. That's quite literally how it happened. I got fired and I was like, "Okay." And I got up and I left because I'm not a beggar. I have more pride than that. And what am I gonna sit and listen to why you don't want me? No, babe. I don't want you. And I'm way too good for this fuck ass job. But that wasn't the right move. And I went back the next day. But when I got home, I realized that I forgot my favorite mug there. And so I had to go back for my mug. So I went back the day after. The fuck? Why is there like Cheeto dust in there? This is like a 40-year-old mic. This does not work. This is like not plugged into anything. It's for aesthetics, okay? And I went to Diana and I was like, "Diana, please tell me why I was fired, please." And she was like, first of all, she didn't answer my question. She was like, "Go to the financial office." And I went to the financial office and they had to give me like the last payment before they made me sign something that said like I'm fucking off forever. And so they got me an envelope with cash. Like they did not even want to wait the 3 to 5 business days to transfer my money. They're like, "No, babe, here's an envelope with cash. Never show your face again." And so I took the envelope with cash. And with my 1 month of salary, I went and I had a Dubai trip. I went with my friends to Dubai and we fucked it up. The fuck? Thank you to my first job for sponsoring my Dubai trip and nothing else. That's all I got from that job. No, thank you for that and nothing else. There's nothing else to thank you for. The fuck? You fired me after less than a month. Like, even that paper that they made me sign that said I'm fucking off forever, I looked at it and it was like employment period, 0 years, 0 months, 29 days. I didn't even make it to a month. I don't even get to have the month column filled out with one. Less than a month, y'all. And so, these stupid fucking bitches. Anyway, so I got my envelope and then I went back to Diana and I was like, "Hey girl, hey, so remember firing me yesterday? Why was that? And she was like, "I wouldn't know. I don't know. Personally, me, I don't know. It's a decision from admin, whatever the fuck that means." She's like, "So I don't know, like it's a decision from admin." And so I was like, okay, so who's admin? Like, who's administration? Like, do I go to like, and I started naming people, and I was like, so like, do I go to the principal of like the KG2? And she was like, yeah, go to her. This woman's name is Lean. So I went to Lean. It's so weird calling them by their first names. Like, usually I'd call her Miss Lean. But no, she's not Miss to me anymore. The fuck? We are both adults, and she's not my employer. So she's Lean to me. So I went to Lean, and she was like, this stupid fucking bitch. I went to Lean and I asked her, I was like, so why the fuck did I get fired? And she's like, I actually have no idea. And I was like, that's crazy because Diana told me to come to you. She was like, it's a decision from admin. So aren't you as principal considered part of the administration of KG2? And she was like, no, that's not me. I have no idea. You know who would know though? Go to Miss Yasmin. So now, third character introduced, Yasmin. I go to the office of this Yasmin woman and I ask her, hi, so why did I get fired? And she was like,
Oh, me? I don't know.
But you know who would know though? Diana. Like, that's crazy because Diana's the one that told me Miss Lean would know, and Miss Lean is the one that told me that you would know. So which one is it? Can somebody tell me why I got fired? Please. This Yasmin woman, she tells me, yeah, no. And then after I told her, like, oh, Diana sent me to Lean, and Lean is the one that sent me to you, so which one is it? Can one of you guys fucking tell me? She's like, okay, fine. She gave in. So she did know the reason. And I sat down with her, and she was like, listen, babe, if it was a reason that had to do with you, I would have told you, but it has nothing to do with you. She was like, it's decision from management, and if it was something about you, if it's something that you did, if it's something that you can change, I would have told you, but it's not about you. It has nothing to do with you. It's a decision purely made by management. It was just management's decision. Whatever the fuck that means. I left that day and I was happy and I was like, yeah, look at me. I did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with me. Management is stupid and I didn't lose anything. And I gained a Dubai trip. The fuck? And I'll have you know, my students loved me. And I've never been like around kids that much, but turns out I get along with them. What the hell?
And so they loved me. They always told me they loved me. They could not get enough of me. They would always come up to me and hug me and tell me that they love me and sit with me and spend their breaks with me and like pull up their little chairs to my desk and like have lunch with me. Like they were obsessed. They could not get enough of me. And they thought I was so funny too.
My target audience. Hi. So, I miss my students every day since I got fired, but fuck those little bitches. I don't give a fuck. I was happy knowing that I didn't do anything wrong and that I got fired because they just have shitty management. And my friend was telling me about how her friend was employed in, I don't know where, but basically they just have this rotation of employees where they will employ someone and then fire them right before their probation period ends. And so they don't need to give all the benefits of having a full-time employee. So that's shitty. That's not a good thing to do. You're not a good person, okay? Like, I guess places do this where they employ people and just work the hell out of them and benefit from them, but then fire them before the probation period ends so they don't benefit from the employer. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely what happened. They fired me before my probation period ended. They got me during the busiest time of the year, and they worked the hell out of me, and they made me do fucking months worth of work of like preparing shit for the students and whatever, okay? I don't know. I just remember I made so many workbooks. So many workbooks were made that during my short 29-day employment period, including winter break. Yeah. I thought that was that, but no, that was not that. Indeed, it was something else. Something else came up. I was sitting with my friend one day, just chilling in my house, and then my mom comes in, and I'm like, "Hey mom, privacy, the fuck? Me and my friend, like, we're chilling. Like, why are you sitting with us? Like, you were invited." And she was like, "Hi, so I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna talk to you in front of your friend because I know she's like your sister, and you're gonna tell her anyways. So I'm just gonna speak to both of you." So
What do you think is the reason you got fired?
I was like, I don't know. I told you the reason they told me. Oh, I like completely missed a part of the story. Let's rewind. Previously on, so let's put a pin in this conversation with my mother, because we're gonna get back to it. But the day I got fired, but the day before I went back and asked why. So I got fired, came back home, and then I broke the news to my parents that I got fired. My mom went fucking crazy. My mom actually lost her mind, and she was like, what am I supposed to do with myself? What do I do now? What do I do with myself? And I looked at her and I was like, babe, like, this is such a large reaction for someone who still has their job. This is such a, I was like, and I remember using the sentence, why are you making this about you? Because she generally was like, what do you mean? What am I gonna do with myself? This is not about you. It's not about you. I'm the one that got fired. The fuck? Like, just because I have a chill and calm and positive attitude because I have a Sagittarius stellium doesn't mean that you can harvest all these negative emotions about these things. It's not about you. It's about me. If I wanted to scream and cry and wail and fall about losing my job, I have the right to, because it's my fucking life, it's my fucking job, it's my fucking career. But why are you, as my parent, having this reaction? Are you trying to make me feel worse? Like, here's the thing. Normal people who don't have imbalanced birth charts would have felt bad about being fired. But me, on the other hand, I know I'm destined for bigger and greater things. And so that did not bother me. I just brushed it off. But of course, because I had a positive attitude, my mom just had to tip the fucking scale, you know, balance it out for all my good vibes. She had to have equally bad vibes.
And I have such good vibes.
And so, of course, she had such bad vibes. And she got up, she started slapping herself, and she fucking was throwing herself on the wall and banging her head. And I was like,
You did it in my birthday dinner.
like, literally, like, we're on the lunch table, we're on the dining table, we're eating lunch, and it was me and my dad and my brother. My dad had a normal reaction. He was like shocked, but then he just like got up and left. But my mom, she got up and threw herself on the window, and she kept doing it. She's like, but whatever, she suffers from narcissistic personality disorder. Well, actually, I don't want to, two things. I don't want to diagnose her, but I do have a psychology degree. Second thing, she does not suffer from it. We suffer. Hey, birthday party.
And you did it at my birthday dinner.
Yeah, so we suffer from her narcissistic personality disorder. But of course, like, she was like, and by the way, y'all, it went on for so long. Like, You'd think like, she slapped herself a little bit and then threw herself a little bit and like she got it out of her system. No, babe, it went on for so long to the point where like my brother finished his meal and she was still doing it. It kept going. And every time you'd think like, okay, now's a good time to stop this reaction, it continued. And so it just went on for so long of her slapping herself and throwing herself against the window and banging her head like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And so that was that. And then when my brother finished eating, he got up and left and I went with him and I went and I chilled with him in his room. And my mom came in. She was like, they found drugs in your system. Which, like, okay, a little backstory. Put a pin in that. Previously on... Okay, you know how I mentioned I went on my Dubai trip? It happened during winter break. Basically, when I came back, this woman, my mother, I mean, my bad, she had went into my room, went through all my drawers, and I had a specific drawer that I had stuff in, like stuff such as rolling paper, and I think that was it. And so she found my rolling paper. And so she went, like, my mom, she's crazy, and she does this type of shit on the regular, like goes through our rooms, and by the way, the rolling paper was in a wallet. So not only did she go through my drawer, she went through my wallet. So thank you. But it's not the first time she's done it. I remember in high school I had a wallet that had jewel pods in them, throwback to jewels. And yeah, she went through that wallet and she threw out all the jewel pods. A couple of years after that, I visited my friend who lived in the Netherlands, and when I came back, she had obviously went through my shit and found a fake ID that I had because, hello, I lived in the US. Sue me! Okay, and this is, I'm joking, like, if the federal government is listening to this, I'm joking. Like, this is obviously a fucking joke. Like, what don't you realize? Like, I'm joking. Obviously, I don't have a fake ID. That's a federal crime. But she found my fake ID. And she threw it. And that's also, like, she just like, it's a sickness. It's an illness. It's an illness. Like, other than her narcissistic personality disorder, she also has an illness of not being able to mind her own business and not being able to respect people's privacy. It's an illness, okay? And so she can't help herself but to go into my room and go through all my drawers and go through my wallets and find my rolling paper. And so she found my rolling paper. And the country that I live in, smoking is illegal. And if, again, the government is listening, I'm joking. I'm obviously joking. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? This is all a joke. And so back to our original conversation where she came into my brother's room. I was like sitting with my brother. She came into my brother's room. She was like, they found drugs in your system. I know you smoke marijuana. I know you smoke pot. Those are the words she uses. She was like, they found marijuana in your system. I know they did. They did. And I was like, that's quite literally not possible because they never took a sample of anything. She's like, they asked for your medical records. Babe, the last time I've been to a hospital was like 4 years ago. That's number one. Number two, like, that doesn't make sense. I've never gotten tested for marijuana in my system. And it's like, they have your medical records. No, they do not. When they employed me, they did not ask for my medical records. So how the fuck did they find a sample of my body fluids with marijuana in my system? That's not what happened. And she's like, yeah, they did. They found marijuana because you smoke a yazifta. That's the word she used. They found marijuana in your system, yazifta. Zifta means, I actually don't quite know what it means. Let's look it up. So I don't think I ever ended up looking it up. I don't know, it's my ADHD, y'all. Newsflash, they did not find marijuana in my system because there's absolutely no fucking way that they did, okay? Whatever, like that was her little conspiracy theory. My dad's conspiracy theory, he was like, what if they saw you vaping? Sir, I don't bring my vape to school. What is your issue? Back to the original conversation when I was sitting with my friend and my mom came and joined us. Yeah, she asked me, she's like, Nima, why do you think you got fired? I was like, I could not tell you. Decision from management is what I was told. And she was like, okay, well, listen here. I was at a gathering yesterday, and she has a close friend that is related to or is close friends with, I'm not sure which one, but she's closely connected to the owner of the school. This bitch's name is Haifa, bitch, and I'm calling you out by your fucking name, you whore. I'm gonna be blacklisted from working anywhere. This Haifa woman, okay, تفو عليكي, okay, Haifa, ya khaisa, ya kharia, okay, ya Haifa. I'm literally never gonna be employed anywhere ever. But, Haifa, this dumb bitch, okay, Haifa, okay, wait, rewind a little bit. So, I got a little carried away. But my mom was sitting with her friend. Who dares interrupts me?
Who the fuck dare to call me when I'm so busy?
So my mom's friend asks my mom, oh, so how's Rima doing at blank school? I'm not naming the school because I'm a decent person. It's like as if this is an expose. Everyone cancel the school. But she was like, oh yeah, so how's Rima doing in her new job? And then my mom was like, actually, funny you ask, because you won't believe what happened yesterday, today, whenever the fuck this happened, okay? She told her how I got fired and they didn't tell me why, and they didn't give me a reason why, and the only thing they told me is that it was a decision from management. And by the way, it was a quick firing. Like, I'm telling you, like, day after winter break, I showed up and they fired me. Like, that day after, I didn't come to work. And so it was like, it was quick. And because initially, the reason my mom was going crazy and was like, they found marijuana in your system, is because she was like, there is absolutely no way they would fire you with this quickness. Like, it was so quick. And on top of that, they were satisfied with my work. And I know that for a fact. She was like, there's no way they'd fire you with this quickness, and like literally like they ask, don't show up to work tomorrow if it wasn't something serious. It has to be something so serious. Like, did you cuss out the students? I did it in my head under my breath. Yeah. She asked her, how's Rima doing in her job? And she was like, oh, actually, they fired her. And they're such bitches. I can't believe they did that. What the fuck is wrong with them? Like, what? It's like, whatever. She was just basically saying it in like a, can you believe it? This is so shitty of them. Wait. And so this woman, this friend of my mom's, went to the owner of the school who she is close with. You hear my mother? Yeah. And she was like, oh yeah, and I guess she asked her, and then she came back to my mother, and she called my mom that day when my mom came and sat me and my friend down, and she told her the reason why I was fired. So there was a reason. There was no reason. It wasn't about you. It's about management. There was a reason, actually. Let me tell you. First of all, my mom was like, she mentioned TikTok. She was like, what do you have on your TikTok that could have gotten you fired? And I was like, I don't know. Of course, there's a lot of things on my TikTok that could have gotten me fired, but at that moment, I could not tell you. I don't know. Because here's the thing about living in this country. Like, bitch, like, wearing a fucking dress that's too revealing on my TikTok could have gotten me fired. Like, it's that fucking annoying. Like, I need to move out of this country. I need to move out of this country. I need to move out of my parents' house. Like, take me back to uni days when I was a free woman and I could wear dresses with my tits out. Please, please, I need to get the fuck out of this country. And I need to get the fuck out of my parents' house. And I need to go back to the US, please. Please, I want to go back to the US. Like, why are my parents living in this country? I don't want to live here. Anyways, and so she's like, what do you think it is? She was like testing me. She wants to know. She wants to get info out of me, but I did not budge. I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. There's nothing on my TikTok that could have gotten me fired. And she was like, apparently, allegedly, there's a video of you saying you hate your job and you hate where you work and you hate blah, blah, blah. Play the video.
Guys, I'm not even kidding. I can't stop crying because I have a job. I don't want to have a job. I don't want to go to work every day. Every day. Even when I don't feel like it. Even when I really don't feel like it. I can't go to work every day. Guys, does this make me look spoiled? Or does it make me look real as fuck? I'm so serious, guys. I can't do this. Like, I can't work. I can't have a job. It's too much on my mental health. Okay? Like, when did we decide this was what everyone's gonna do? And if it is, why can't I be the exception? I don't want to work to make money. I just want to have money. I don't want to work. I don't want to go to my job. I don't want to have a job. Guys, I'm laughing, but I'm 100% serious. I'm so serious, guys. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't think you guys understand. I'm a Sagittarius. Not only that, I have a huge Sagittarius stellium. It's literally the essence of my being. So not being able to do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, goes against my core existence. It goes against everything I exist for, okay? And so this is really difficult for me. So if you cannot find it in yourself to sympathize, find it in my birth chart to sympathize with me, okay?
As you can see, I never said I hated my job. I never said I hated my work. Even in the caption of that TikTok, I wrote that this is coming from someone who likes their job. I said it. I spelled it out for you. I like my job. I didn't hate my workplace. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, so as I mentioned 7 times, I'm a Sagittarius. So 99% of the shit I say is sarcastic, okay? And to me, the way this woman Haifa watched that video, which is so clearly a joke, I was laughing throughout the whole entire thing, and then internalized in her head that she hates this job, she hates the school, she hates it's a bad workplace. To me, it just sounds like she's projecting her insecurities because she knows that she's a horrible owner, she's a horrible leader, and she creates a horrible work environment for her workers, for her employees. And so she's just projecting that onto me because it's what she assumes that I would think. Because I never said that I hated my job. I never said that I hated the school, and I never said that it was a bad workplace. That's just her own projections, okay? And what pisses me off the most is I know this is gender-based. I know that if a man had done this, none of this would happen. I'm just making everything a feminist issue, but it is a feminist issue. Because you see, there's a man that works in that school, and he's literally like, he posts fucking thirst traps on TikTok, and he's like TikTok famous and posts thirst traps on TikTok, and he's still employed. He is unsafe to be around children. He posts thirst traps on TikTok, on a children's app. If I had done that, I wouldn't have even gotten the job. If I had done that, I would have been ostracized from society. But whatever, it's a man, so of course it's okay. It's okay what he does with his free time, and it's okay what he does with his social media. But God fucking forbid me, a woman, show emotion. Hi, it's me from the future. I just wanted to add, this is my cat from the TikTok, if you recognize her. She made a little special appearance. But where's my mic? I just want to give a little side story because I feel like I made that claim because I had that feeling, but I didn't really explain my feeling that much. So let me give you a backstory that summarizes that feeling and clarifies it, okay? So there was one day, there was an event at school, okay? An event, okay? And it was like a cultural event, and like there was a bunch of like all the teachers from the different countries. It's an international school, so there's diverse-ish faculty. And so whoever is from whatever country brought their cultural whatevers, like cultural dishes or clothing or whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know, okay? I did not take part in this. I was employed in the middle of the school year, in the end of the semester, actually. So I wasn't there for the whole beginning and middle of the semester, and so I wasn't there on time to be part of the event, but I was there on time to attend the event. So I attended the stupid event. Not stupid, it was actually a very nice event. And I was there standing, like going from station to station, minding my own business. And then I happened to overhear a conversation that's happening in front of me. Just to know, it's a group of men and one woman. Grown men. Grown ass men. Okay? So someone brings back this like snack from I don't know which country. One of the men, okay, he eats it. He tastes it, and he's like, ooh, and like spitting it out. And like, he's like, this tastes like shoes. It's like, first of all, you're way too grown to be acting like this. Like, this is an event about like
cultural appreciation and diversity and inclusion and like learning about each other's culture.
You're way too grown to be speaking like this about a cultural food that is not yours. So that's number one. That was the first red flag, which made me perk my ears up and like listen some more. So he's like, ew, it tastes like shoes. Okay, strike number one. And then he goes,
don't ask me how I know how shoes taste like.
What followed was silence, okay? This is very key. Nobody asked. Nobody asked him. And he goes, I'm into feet. And then this one other man goes up to him and he dabs him up like, oh yeah, me too. So these grown ass men are allowed to work in your school. These grown men are allowed to work in your school and make jokes about foot fetishes on campus, on a school event. Babes, there are students around. There are kids around. This is the man that you're letting around children. Like, and that's acceptable. And that's okay. Totally okay and acceptable. But me posting a TikTok. And the thing about the TikTok, I'm very obviously joking. Like, the sentiment is serious-ish, but I was laughing. I was laughing throughout the whole entire thing. And I literally said in the TikTok, if you can't find it in yourself to sympathize with me, find it in my birth chart. And you continue to ignore that. It's in my birth chart. I was born like this. Don't take it up with me. Take it up with the fucking constellations in the sky, the placements of the planets, because I was born like this. I was born like this. It's in my birth chart. What the fuck do you want me to do about it? I literally asked you. I asked you to please, if you don't sympathize with me, sympathize with my birth chart. I literally asked you and you still didn't. That's just disrespectful. All I was doing in that TikTok was emoting. And I wasn't crying about hating my job. I didn't hate my job. I was just crying about having a job. I don't hate my workplace. I hate capitalism. I hate that capitalism has formed this environment where everyone has to work even when they don't feel like it. That was all I was saying. That, like, why do we live in this world where we have to work hard and the work that we do we don't enjoy, and we don't do things for ourselves, we just do things to get money and blah blah, so on and so forth. Like, I don't have to spell out why capitalism is a horrible system to live by, but whatever. Capitalism has colonized the whole world, and so we live by it. Okay? I was just expressing that, and I was just emoting. I was just crying. Like, can I show my emotions? Can I, like, I'm a girl. I'm allowed to fucking cry. Let me fucking cry. And, like, please, like, and it was like the day before I got my period, so, like, it makes sense. Like, it makes sense why I'm emotional. So what is your problem? What is your problem? The fuck? And so I got fired for showing emotion on TikTok. And the way it reached this woman, my mom told me one thing, but she told my brother another thing. She told me that, oh, a parent of a student saw it. No, they fucking didn't. No, they fucking didn't. Because how would any of the parents know me? And basically, my mother told my brother that one of the high schoolers saw it. And one of the high schoolers showed their parent. And then this parent went and complained about me to whoever. I have a little conspiracy theory on who it is, because there is a girl, she's a high schooler, and she is directly related to said owner, Haifa, okay? She's related to Haifa. And so I assume that this high schooler who's related to Haifa, because she liked my TikTok, I went through the likes of the TikTok and I was like, it could be her. So this high schooler who's related to Haifa probably showed her mother, who's like Haifa's sister or something, and she liked the TikTok, so I assume it wasn't malicious intent, okay? But whatever, this fucking fuck-ass family that owns this school was just sharing my video around between them, got to the owner and then it got me fired. And so, fuck you, Haifa, fuck you, school, and fuck your school, and fuck your fucking family too, bitch. I hope you're miserable for the rest of your days, whore. I didn't even give a fuck about this job. After I got fired, I literally did not give a fuck. I got fired and I said, okay, and I left. So, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Like, if that TikTok isn't gonna get me fired from my next job, this is. And I think the reason I'm deciding to do this is because I realize, like, I need to get a job that won't get me fired because of the shit that I post on social media. And so the obvious solution is to just make a job out of the shit I post on social media. So let's hope this goes somewhere. Thank you. Whatever, my mom just like lectured me and my friend about, oh, be careful what you post on social media. You have to be very mindful, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I just remembered something else. On Instagram, sorry. Okay, I forget which picture it was. I don't know. Basically, one of these pictures. Okay? One of those pictures was like my profile picture on Instagram. And as you can see, my tits are out. And they look amazing. And so this was my profile picture. And so, before I got this, when I got this job, my mom was like, you have to change that profile picture. And so I removed it. Until this day, she's using it against me. That profile picture. That bad picture. That naughty picture. She won't stop talking about it. I removed it. Please. And so, flash forward to present day. I decided to use my psychology degree, and I applied for training in a few different hospitals. I kind of semi got accepted to one. There's still more to the process, but my mom was like, remove that picture. Remove that picture. I did months ago, but whatever, calm down. And I just like, I don't want to live like this. I want to post whatever the fuck I want and show whatever I want and be whoever I want. Like, I want to show whether that's parts of my body or parts of my personality. But I just want to be authentically myself. And I enjoy posting on social media. I enjoy posting. I enjoy making social media posts. I enjoy saying what I want to say and being heard by whoever's listening. And so I just can't. I can't live like this. I can't be employed in this country. I need to get a job outside of this country where it's a free country and I can do whatever the fuck I want. Or I need to just get a job on social media. So please, give me a job. Please like, comment, subscribe. And see, shit like this makes me cringe because I hate begging. I hate asking. Like, ugh. Yesterday, I was told, which I should have figured, but I was reminded that in this training that I'm gonna have to do, I'm going to have to cover my hair. I'm gonna have to wear a hijab. And so that's just not the vibe. Sorry y'all, it's not the vibe. And that is where I draw the line. Cover my hair, show up to work with a hijab on, and like, it makes sense because it's a public hospital and like all government jobs, no matter what, you have to wear this hijab. But the fuck, I don't want to, and that's where I draw the line. I'm not gonna work somewhere where I'm gonna have to cover my hair on a daily basis. Absolutely not. I'm a whore. I'm a whore. I'm a whore. I can't do this. You can't ask me to cover parts of my body. The fuck? It's my body. I want to be free. I want to express my body and show my body and show my hair. I can't. You can't cover it. Don't cover me. Don't cover me up. Don't cover me up. Please, please, please. And so I need this. I need to be social media famous and make money off of social media because I need it. I need it. I need to be able to be myself and be able to show emotions. Because I'm not going to stop posting. Here's the thing. One thing about me, I've been on TikTok for 6 years at this point. And I've accumulated not that many followers, but 10,000 to be exact, which is like the closest thing I have to like a passion at this point in my life. And so this needs to happen for me. So make it happen. Unless you want me to keep getting fired from my jobs because of the shit I post on social media. Just make the shit I post on social media my job. Please and thank you. Bye.